Let me show you what I got it set up for the light stands here, or the stands to hold the lights, I guess. Here's where I'm going to have that groove for the adjustable knob to slide up and down to give me that release. This being the long one and this being the short one. So I've got them marked, and actually they're longer than I need, which is good because now I can clamp them here on the ends. I can clamp it here and on the other end, and that way be able to use my router edge guide and not have it move on me, and be able to slide it all the way to the end. But anyway, this is my, like I said, the long one. I'm going to have this groove. Then in here is going to be a stopped groove for the electrical wire. And it's also going to be on the other one as well. Let me zoom out here. So I've got them both marked. This line up here is my finished cut line, and this line is the line for the where I'm going to stop my dado. So I'm using a 3/8 inch bit. I'm going to go 3/16 inch deep, so I'll have a 3/8 square channel after I glue them up together. And then you can see here that I've got them marked. I hope you can see it anyway, right here, A and A. So that means that this is just going to flip over on and made up this way. So when I route, I want the A to be to this side of the table. So when I do this one, I've got to rotate it. I've got this over here to give me stability, so it's not so rocky. I can hold down on the right hand side here as I'm pushing up, and I should be able to do this in one pass. I'm not taking that much material. What I should do is probably do two, just to make sure I get a nice clean cut. So starting back here, I've got my start line. This, and then coming up this way, make sure my cord is free here. Coming up this way, this block up here serves two purposes for me. Not only does it help me hold down my work, but then I don't have to worry about that. That's my stop block as well on that end. So just have to worry about getting a good start, and then finishing up. So what I think what I will do here is plunge to finished depth here, because you'll be able to see this. And you'll be able to see it if you get behind the table. But and then make my run here. So I got my safety glasses on. I got things ready to go. I'm going to get started here. Oh, the one thing I forgot to mention, sorry. This piece that's going to go on here has to stop at the same point, right, to match this stop point. But I can run wild long here because it's going to, I don't have to worry about where it's going to stop. I'm just going to cut it off and flop it on top here and glue it up. So let's get started here. Let me move this camera and maybe I can get a little better angle on this router setup. Alright, ended up doing that in 3 passes. This plywood is kind of tough stuff. So that's my channel. When I make this cut down here, I'm gonna have to switch bits. I want to use a 1/4 inch bit for that, so I can't use this setup. Now I just need to flip this one around and make the mirror image cut. So let me do that. Okay, I made the first cut, I should say, on my B light stand, and so I have my A and B long pieces done, and now I'm doing my A and B short pieces here. So got my stop block set up on this side, A to the outside here. This again serves as a stop block and a hold down part, and then I'll make my cut here. This is about where I want to stop. I'm not worried if I go a little bit past that. I think this is actually long anyway right now, so I'm ready to make that cut. Okay, so there's my matching A. So that will go like this. There, right about there. There we go. Glue those together, and then I'll have that 3/8 inch channel in there. And right here on the long piece, this is where I'll drill a through hole. I'm not sure what size that'll be yet, but if it'll be 3/8 or what, but that'll be my through hole for where my wires will run through into the light. This being the center point. This is the top of the light here, and the bottom is down here 2.5 inches. This is the 1.25 inch center line. So now that I think about that, yeah, we'll be all right. I was thinking maybe I should go past that by 3/16 or so, but we'll be okay. That's it. Let me do the other piece here. So I got my A's done. And now my B here. Make this mark. Yeah, got it. Wild. Let me see what I got going here. Hang on. Yeah, this is my start point. And then this will be my finish point down here somewhere. Okay. Okay, on my second set here, I made a mistake. I cut to the wrong line. This is my cut line, or was my cut line. But lucky for me, I've got extra material here, so I'm just going to slide this down and I'll match these up and make my new cut line for those pieces there. Runs wild on this end, so I don't care. Then we'll just fold it over like this. So I'm glad I had that extra material there. All right, so let me make my new mark here for the cut line, and we can get these cut and get this cut to the right length, and then I can show you what that groove is going to look like. Okay, got everything laid out here, or corrected, so they're both the same length here. And I also ran my marks around the top piece here, and that tells me where my cut line is. So this is the waist side, and this is the top. Then down at the bottom, on the way, down at the bottom here, this is the piece that I'm going to cut short, or I can cut right now, I should say. And I'm going to make that cut right here. On this one, I've already got that mark coming across. It's right there. So let me make those two cuts, and we'll see how our channel looks, and then I can route my grooves for that adjustable knob. Now I can show you that channel that I just created, I guess, by making those router cuts. So you can see that's my access for the wire to come out right here. And if I flush them up the way they're supposed to be, you can see here it's a little bit tight right there. But we're going to find out. I mean, I've got good clearance coming out of there. Let me grab a cord once and see what I've got here. Yeah, that won't be too bad, I don't think. Wiggle room in there. But I'm not going to put this piece on until I've got this mounted to the light, and I see where actually where this is going to fall, because this is where I've got to make this extra wide dado for this plug right here. So I need to find out where this is going to be, and that'll lock that in there so it can't get pulled out too. I never thought about that. So that'll be good. So anyway, I can't do that until I make my hole, mount it to the back of this, run my wires to there, mount the light, all that stuff. But I can make this groove here, my through piece, or my through slot, I should say, right here. I'm going to use a 1/4" bit and go from both sides, and I'll end up with about a 5/16 opening there for that slot. So let me get that set up. Here's my setup for routing this this groove here, or slot, I should say, this slot. I've got this board clamped to a scrap piece of plywood that I don't really care about, because I'm going to go all the way through it. I got my depth of cut set to slightly thicker than this piece of Baltic birch. So I'm going to make a cut to this line and that line. I'm going to plunge all the way through on both of those, and then I'll make a couple passes here back and forth to route that slot until I go all the way through, flip it, and then do it from the other side, so that I know I'm dead center, and I know that I've got, hopefully, my 5/16 width cut. We'll find out here shortly. I'm going to get my ear protection in here. Oh, and the other thing I have here is this scrap piece to give me something to make this a little more stable. All right, here goes. Alright, that's half of it. Let me unclamp this and get it reset up here. Okay, I had to flip-flop the operation to the other end of the table. And I think I'm ready to go here. God, I didn't cut it quite far enough right there, but I'll clean that up with a chisel. I'm going to grab a bolt and see how that's going to fit in there. This is the lock from my drink holders. And you can see I am just snug. I mean, I can get it in there, but it won't slide very easily. I need to open that up just a touch. So, let me reset. I'm going to bump my router edge guide over just a hair. And I'll do both these edges one more time. And that'll also give me a chance to clean up these corners a little bit. Well, I think I'm going to live with that. This one's going to be probably a 64th of an inch off center. but that'll be okay. So this will be my lock sliding up and down this way, and I think that'll be just fine. Be in the back. Still got plenty of bite on both edges there, and it's a nice fit. So I'll grab my other one here, do the same.